Paella. I hope you like it.
I feel I'm putting you out.
I had everything prepared.
I didn't understand about your friend not coming.
You are here instead. Unless you have a corkscrew, it will have to be water.
I don't think I ought to drink any more.
And I'm indifferent, so we will drink water. What is your first name?
Richard.
Richard Cotgrove. It has a ring.
I'm a teacher.
Oh, that must be interesting.
Oh, well, perhaps it should be.
You don't find it so?
No, it's a grind.
Well, not all the time, surely.
I can hardly remember when it wasn't. What does WO stand for?
W.O.?
It's on your trunk.
Oh, warrant officer.
I wondered. Yes, the oblique, the stroke.
That tells.
Yes, I'm familiar with it from the war, the army.
Well, my father.
A regular soldier.
Yes.
Is that your father?
No. Why do you go on with teaching?
What else is there? I'm 50.
But if you dislike it so.
Well, I don't like anything. My wife died 6 months ago.
Oh, I'm sorry.
She was younger than I.
How sad for you.
It was a very unsettling experience.
More than that, I should think.
Oh, I probably sound heartless. Well, the actual sense of loss you get over. But the shared habits of a lifetime, oh, they're more enduring. I expect you wouldn't understand.
I understand.
Why did you ask me?
Ask?
To eat with you.
Oh, you looked miserable.
You were sorry?
Yes.
What happened to the person you were expecting?
He can come again.
Yes, to let you down like that at the last moment.
No, he didn't let me down.
Do you know why I came here, to this house? Well, when my wife died, I stayed on. We'd no children. Oh, and the place seemed so empty. I could never get used to it. 5:30 every night, putting my key in the lock, switching on the light in the hall, waiting for the cooee from the kitchen. Look, do you mind if I get some scotch? Would you object? I mean, this is very good. It's
I'll
gonna be
make
good.
some tea.
Oh, will you have some?
No, thank you. Do sit down.
Yeah, I thought I could start again. Pretend it was 1948. I was at training college. I had digs at Clapham, top of the house, and this girl had the next room. That's how we met. And she had this outfit, new look, very long and full after all that austerity. Didn't like the shoes over much. Don't think she did either. Oh, but the skirt. Very soft wool, light blue, and very, very full. And this fluffy white jersey. Oh, she looked marvelous. Never been clothes as good as those. Or was it us, do you think? Anyway, I remember We used to go out on Saturdays. Box Hill, Brighton, always by train. Tram and train. I expect you wouldn't remember the trams either. Oh, those were outings. And then gallery seats for one of those post-war American musicals that were so good.
Was she ill long?
Eh?
Before she died, was it a long illness?
Oh, no, not long. Well, 5 or 6 months. Mind you, we knew well before then. I was almost glad at the end. I was not really the same person.
How can you say such a dreadful thing? Well, it's a terrible thing to say.
I'm sorry, I'm sorry.
Suffering doesn't alter a person's humanity. They're still people. I'm sorry. I had no right to reprove you.
No, it isn't easy to forgive the sick for being sick, and we despise ourselves for that. Oh, it isn't just that they remind us of our own mortality. It's so bloody inconvenient. One shouldn't feel like that, but you can't help it, no matter how hard you push it away. Or at least I couldn't. Anyway, it seemed to chapter over so completely, I thought I'd start again as though none of us had ever happened. Perhaps if we'd had children. No footprints in the sands of time. Nothing to show for it. But guilt and grey hairs. Oh, I don't really make a habit of it, recourse to the bottle. But sometimes it helps. It wasn't deliberate, but my room, it's very like the room I had in Clapham.
Then this one must be like it too.
Yes, yes.
I only have tea, I'm afraid.
No, not for me, thanks. Very evocative things, gas fires. That familiar hiss. The thing I remember about rooms in those days is the cold. And coming to this house brought it all back, sitting close to the source of warmth with outspread hands. Oh.
You're awfully inquisitive, aren't you?
I was just... Is your mother? Hmm?
Why were you in here last night?
Oh, now, you said that was forgotten.
I don't think I said that.
Oh, well, then I misunderstood you.
Yes, you did.
Well, you said too much had been said.
I think that is true.
Well, then. What, do you want me to grovel?
No.
That's what it sounds like. I have already apologized.
You don't have to.
Well, what the hell do you want from me?
Honesty.
Honesty?
You can ask. You don't have to poke around.
What, just picking up a photograph? That's poking around.
It ought to be possible to say. That's it, isn't it? You want to know about that, and about him, about Ian. That's it, isn't it?
Well, it's none of my business. What the hell is there to get so neurotic about?
How dare you say that? What right have you to make remarks like that?
Oh, I'm going. You said we were neighbors and we should leave it at that. That's what you said. And by God, you were right. Oh.
Dear Mother, you would love this place. My room overlooks an ancient grove of olives. And at night, I can sit on the balcony and look up at the starry skies and listen to the cicadas. The food is interesting, if a little oily. are several English families, mostly with children, who seem very civil. There is a man on his own, ex-army, strangely enough, called Ian Foxwell. I think you would like him. In fact, I'm sure you would. He seems to quite like my company. Quaint fellow. His room is next to mine.
Richard? I think it's my turn to apologize and explain. Perhaps you could bring your corkscrew this evening and we could open the wine. Alice. I shall be delighted. Richard.
Do you always work on Saturdays?
Not really work. School outings, usually.
Oh, to the country?
Museums, that sort of thing.
Well, that must be interesting.
What's stopping them wrecking the exhibits, you mean?
Oh, dear.
The ones I really dread are the mechanical demonstrations, you know, buttons to push, levers to pull. They'll treat a model of Stephenson's rocket as though it were a fruit machine.
Not the girls.
The girls, no, their problems are not mechanical, more human.
I see.
This is a very good wine.
There's an excellent continental grocery next to where I work. I love going in there. Very spicy smell, always. Sort of epitome of foreign places, if you know what I mean.
Do you travel a lot? You know, holidays abroad, that sort of thing?
Not a great deal. Would you like a biscuit?
It's just the thing with a glass of wine. Sure.
Not for want of opportunity.
Eh?
Oh, travel abroad, I mean. I work in a travel agency.
Oh, I see.
It's very rewarding. Oh, not financially, I don't mean. No, it's offering advice, itineraries, that sort of thing.
Oh, yes, most interesting, as I can see.
Well, one has to be a sort of psychologist. Well, people come in, never having been out of England before, and you have to advise them, knowing that different people will seek different things. You have to guess what kind of person they are and where to suggest.
Yes, I hadn't appreciated.
But as I say, it is rewarding.
Do people ever tell you when they've had a marvelous time, or only when they want to complain?
Well, I haven't had a great deal of experience of that, having not been there long enough.
Ah, yes.
I wasn't absolutely truthful just now about holidays abroad. I never have. Never been out of England. Well, except for Wales once.
Well, I don't remember you actually saying that you had.
Oh, I gave that impression. I've led a rather unadventurous life, really.
Oh, well, most of us do.
I had to look after my mother. She was an invalid.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's all right. One gets used to that sort of thing, you know. Well, of course you know.
It was very thoughtless of me, the way I talked yesterday.
Oh, that's all right. You weren't to know. How could you?
I do hope I didn't distress you.
I was shocked a bit by something you said.
I'm terribly sorry.
Oh, it made me realize something about myself. The healthy can be so faithless to the sick.
Oh, now, well, that's very easily said, but is it relevant? I mean, they don't know. One doesn't allow it to affect how one actually behaves. One isn't a saint.
I hated my mother.
Oh, no, I can't believe that.
Oh, well, it's too simple.
Yes, there you are.
Love, hate. Isn't that the right expression?
Oh, we mustn't blame ourselves. It's rather unfair to them in a way, isn't it?
I got her into a home once. She'd been getting worse for 10 years, and I thought I couldn't take it anymore. It was near Red Hill. £25 a week, even then. Oh, we had help with it, of course. Otherwise, it would have been impossible. Your glass is empty.
No.
Someone told me of a small, comfortable hotel near Llandudno, and I thought I'd get away from it all. I'd been there just over a week when the call came from Matron. Mother didn't like it, and she was coming out. So I had to go back. Back to square one. Only it was worse than before, because now Mother felt guilty about me, and that made her sharp and unforgiving. And all I could think of was how marvelous those few days in Wales had been. That was 7 years ago.
Was there no one who could help?
Extraordinary thing is, nobody. No one at all. You see, my mother and father had no brothers or sisters, and I was an only child, so there were no relatives I could turn to. We only had each other. And now there's only me. That's where I met him, in Wales. He'd just come out of the army and was spending a few days before joining his firm. Do you think I could have some more?
Oh, yes, of course, of course. I'm so sorry.
Thank you. We met several times in London after that. He'd been married, and his wife had gone off with someone else. Extraordinary, isn't it? How differently situations can look through other people's eyes. His wife, for instance. I mean, I hadn't known what real happiness was since I was a child until I met Ian. And yet, to his wife, he must have seemed quite different. He used to take me to tea at the Ritz. Wasn't that grand? Well, it meant I could leave Mother for an hour or so, forget about the bed sores and all the rest of it. He wanted to marry me. I took him home to see Mother once. We had a ground floor flat at Chalk Farm. She seemed to get worse after that. I remember the last tea we had was his birthday. Muffins. Over tea. That's how it started, and that's how it finished. That's your door.
Oh. Oh, Liz.
Well?
I was just talking to my new neighbour. Come and meet her. May I? This is my sister Elizabeth, Miss Hicks.
Do come in. We were just having a glass of wine. Won't you join us?
No, I won't, thank you. I can't stay.
Oh.
Liz looks after the laundry problem.
Well, do sit down for a moment.
Thank you. You've only recently come here, I believe.
3 days ago.
A good accommodation isn't easy to find these days.
So I believe.
Have you found it, sir?
I must have been lucky. I saw the card just after it had been put in the window. Or so they told me.
You're not a stranger to London?
No.
Do you come from London yourself?
Was I born here?
Yes.
No.
Do you have relatives here?
No.
It must be a bit lonely for you.
No.
Oh.
I say, is this a quiz?
Oh, I'm sorry. Is that how it seemed?
Can I not press you to have some wine?
No, I must go. Perhaps some other time. Thank you. Can we get your washing?
Well, there's hardly any.
Well, I don't want it to mount up.
Wait, no, but there's only one pair of socks and a pair of pants.
Well, I don't want to have to spend a whole day on a great pile of other things to do.
Oh, perhaps I can do it.
I beg your pardon?
I just thought it would save you the journey.
When I get tired of the journey, I'll let him know. Where is it?
No, look, leave it. Don't bother. I'll do it myself.
Well, there's your clean stuff.
Oh, thanks, sis.
Goodbye.
Nice to have met you.
Bye, sis. Bye. didn't like that.
Have some more wine. I'll do your washing. I wouldn't mind. Isn't that marvelous?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Corfu.
Uh-huh.
Of course, I couldn't ever go there.
No?
No, I go there in my imagination with Ian. So I couldn't ever go there, in fact, could I?
No.
Do you ever travel to places in your mind's eye? Do you ever think you are with people who aren't here?
Yes.
Do you like me, Richard?
Yes.
Do you like it here? I do.
Yes, much nicer than my own room. Wonder why?
It's cozy. Nice, warm center to go out from. To send one's thoughts out from. Do you smoke?
Oh, sometimes.
A pipe? Cigarettes?
Pipe.
Is it the right tobacco?
Oh, yes, it's a mixture.
You can have it.
Oh, that's awfully kind.
Please.
Well, that's very kind of him. Don't know what to say.
Try it.